Okay, we're here. So, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the very late Aquatic Morning Show this morning. I am truly sorry. London had left his backpack at home, so I had to run it to him. I do appreciate everybody that is here that did wait. Again, I'm sorry. But let's roll on with the show. If there's any of the crew that would like to join me this morning, you're more than welcome. Miss Dee Dee is working on some projects with her family and will not be back until Thursday. And then Papa Shrimp has shipping to do today and tomorrow. So if there's any of the crew that would like to join me this morning, I would appreciate it. But I'm going to say some good mornings to everybody in chat. Eric Wyrock, good morning. Mountains Reef. And this is in no order whatsoever. Steven, good morning. You're stuck in a meeting. You're hoping to end early. Okay, cool. Yes, I will make sure. Oh, no, Gracie's already out, Sunny. I already let her out. The Nano Aquarium guy. Melvin's Reef. Debbie Holden. Miss Kelly Foreman. Gina's Reef. Brookley Bell. Michelle E. Miss Kelly, are you off this morning? Bigfoot Fish Tank, good morning. Dennis. Michelle E. Miss Lori. Bunny Viper. Good to see you, Bunny Viper. We just had a strong storm. Yeah. I do have power, but it has flickered, so that's another issue I got going on. It's very possible that the storms knock me out, but hopefully not. Hopefully not. Oh, Miss Dee Dee, Jess, you good? I am now. Let's see. Paul McCarthy, good morning. If y'all are still here. We have 28 people, so y'all waited on me. Thank you. $3G, Jerry's Reef, Jerry's Fish. Good morning, Jerry. Did I say the Nano Aquarium guy? Good morning. Jennifer Weaver. I may be repeating some because I'm just going back up. Dennis Christensen. Good morning. Okay, I'm at the top. Well, no, Crypt Keeper. Good morning. Sarah J. Sieber. Good morning. Fish on Tanktix. Victoria Lee Creates. Sweet. Okay, now I think I'm at the beginning. Okay, now I'm going to go all the way back to the bottom. Big J, good morning, Big J. Kenny, good morning. Kenny, I seen where you called me back. I was working on my pond and I was all dirty and couldn't get to my phone. You can call me later. Today it's raining, so I can't be out there. I'm so sore. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so sore. Paul McCarthy, good morning. Yeah, if I didn't see you guys, oh, something went wrong with the link, Dee Dee? That ain't cool. Thank you for trying to start it, though, babe. I appreciate it. You're always there for me. We're going to play fish history and scientific news. This part this morning, we're going to play early. And let me find it though. I really suck doing this by myself.
I'm sorry, I couldn't get up.
Hey, lady, you don't have to. You don't have to be up here. I know you got things going on.
Yeah, well, I was trying to start it, but it kept telling me there was nothing in StreamYard.
Huh?
So I can start it for you till you get back or whatever.
Okay. Well, let me just go grab my coffee, and I'll be right back.
Okay. That's why y'all can't see me, because I look terrible. Oh, Laura. Oh, we're so far behind on projects. But I did send my husband to the post office to take a package for me. So while he's gone, I'll play. I hope everybody had a good weekend. It was beautiful. I did manage to work on my ponds, and I got them almost ready to go. Well, they are ready to go. I just have to clean up now where I tore up to fix them. And the moral of the lesson for us is that when we see something in the store that we need for a project, go ahead and get it that day, because guess what? When you go back a week later, there are none in the entire town where you live. And we have 2 Lowe's, and they're not at either one. So there must have been a rush on mailbox parts. Anyways, we had a bunch of great streams this weekend. I didn't get to see them all, but Sherry, Mississippi Hippie, had a great stream with bags. I did catch that one. And it's really nice that she shares the topic. Of course, we've all expressed in chat, that we were all going through something when we found fish and all that, but nobody realizes just how people's stories are unless you share them, because you just don't know how detrimental it was, or if it was just a slight distraction from like the virus, or was it like mental sanity like mine was? So I was stuck home with a kid, teaching school. Well, virtual school, but if you have a kid that does not know how to navigate a computer, laptops, and all that, then you kind of have to be like in class the whole entire day with her. Because she did not know how to go from, go to this site, that site, this site, that site. She did not know how to do that. She's able to do it. It took us about 6 months for her to learn that. And once in a while, she can't get on. And like they'll be testing this week. So I have to be ready. For some reason, the testing sites never work properly. Hi, Ricky. And so usually that requires getting on the phone with the teacher at the same time and all that kind of stuff. That's what we had to do last time.
Got coffee now. Oh, I am. Ooh. Oh, that light. I was turning that off. How about that? There, now I'll have the one that glows below me.
You're going to have to do like Motor City Aquatics has those little curtains he put up.
Yeah, I've got my
block the glare.
Yeah, I got my green screen, but I need to push it back. But again, I'm kind of really not doing anything in here until I get, moved out there. So, um,
Yeah.
you know, but the axolotls are shipping size now. So I'm just going to start putting them up for sale. So hopefully we'll be able to start building on the fish room soon.
And we went to the fish store in Wilmington that Paul Sotero was telling me about.
Oh,
And
yeah.
while I was checking out the goldfish, Butterfly says, "Oh, Dee Dee, there's axolotls in here."
Really? Do you want an axolotl for her?
No, but she knew what one was, and that surprised
Well,
me.
oh, what happened? What's going on? Okay, there we go. Um, my computer's, I think it's overloaded. I need help cleaning it up. There's Steven. Hey, good morning, Steven.
Morning.
Sorry, y'all. It's one of them mornings, one of them days.
Yep, I had meetings supposed to end at 10, but it ended early. I have
Oh,
one right at 11 now.
okay.
So I'll have
Sweet.
to jump off about 5 minutes before 11.
Well, thank you for so much for jumping on and helping me out this morning. I just
Absolutely.
don't do well by myself. If I have somebody to talk to,
Yeah.
I can run through the stream and do everything I'm supposed to. But if I'm up here by myself, it's like I'm lost.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Here
look,
comes the
he's
cavalry.
here. Aw,
Go.
thank you, Rico.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
It looked like you were having a rough time there. So,
Yes. And like I said, I am not one that can stream by myself. I never have been able to.
yeah, those people that do that are crazy. I don't know how
I
they do it.
know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, isn't it called the gift of gab? And I wish I had it. Oh, I wish I had it.
Diarrhea
Most
of
people
the
like
mouth.
to talk to themselves.
Well, I wasn't going to say that.
I just
But
woke
there's-
up. So
Oh.
I see that.
How
Now
you
that
feeling,
the knights
Rico?
in shining armor are here, I'm going to go step down and get back to work.
Well, thank you, Dee Dee. Thank you so much.
You're
Dee Dee
welcome.
just said, I just woke up and Dee Dee goes, I can see that. Thanks, Dee Dee.
Yeah, you,
Thanks.
you were rubbing your eyes just like
Uh-huh.
I do when I wake up.
Yeah, that's what it was. Thanks.
I rub my eyes. I rub my makeup off. Well,
So what's happening? What's
thank
going
you,
on?
guys. Really not much at the moment. We're just kind of everybody's trying to get the bearings, I guess. Because like as I was late, I had to take Landon his backpack. And because we have a storm coming through, nobody can drive in the rain, especially lightning and thunder. So, and a little bit of wind. But so I was really late getting to the stream. And then getting it going by myself. So, I mean, I can get it started, but again, saying good mornings was about as far as I got because,
It's going to be beautiful here today. It's almost 80, which it'll be a record high for us. And
Wow.
but there's supposed to be some rain. But I got out this morning, and as soon as I woke up, I went out and took a video of all the wood we collected yesterday. I have
Really?
a ton of wood that
What
that
kind
we're
of
bringing.
wood?
I don't know. It's
Oh.
all different. It's driftwood that's
Just
been washed
driftwood.
on the shore. A lot of
Oh.
times you can't tell because it's been in the lake for so long.
Yeah.
Like there's not a lot of the normal features that would help you tell what type of wood it is. It's just been washed clean almost. So I'm bringing a ton of it to the Keystone Clash to give away.
Oh, sweet.
We're just going to fill the trunk up with wood
Oh, heck yeah.
and bring it to the Clash.
You're
think
just
I'm
going to give
supposed
it
to
away? You're not going to
Get
sell
your
it?
wood, right?
What's that?
Brooklyn told me to get your wood.
She did.
When I
She
go to the
did.
Clash, I got to get just a small piece.
Even a
wood.
sliver would do her
Sliver
fine.
of wood. Okay.
Now,
Yes.
what's the date for the Clash? It's in September?
25th.
Of September?
Yes. Last week of September.
I
Yep,
do not
looking
know
forward.
where I'm going right now yet. I know I'll be at Dallas Aquashella, but before that, the weekend before that is the Triple Crown, and I do have reservations. Although I really don't want to pay that hotel that much money, but I haven't bought my tickets, and so that's kind of up in the air of whether I can do both.
I might have a ticket.
Yeah.
So I already promised. I bought 2 tickets and I can't go.
Oh,
And I contacted them, and Rusty Wessel was actually the one who responded to the email. He said, "Yeah, we can transfer those for you." So I already promised Hippie John, but I don't know if he's bringing a guest. So if he's
Okay.
bringing a guest, then he gets both of them. If not,
Sure.
then I have a ticket, and you can have it, Jess.
Oh, sweet.
So as soon as I find out
Definitely.
from Hippie John, I will let you know.
How much were the tickets?
It was $130 for the two of them, 65 a piece.
65. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
that's-
and does that include like any of the extra stuff? Like there's-
No, I didn't get any of those. I was waiting on
either.
all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is
That's
that
just a ticket?
and what are the tickets for? Like, are they like to see the speakers and
Yeah.
all?
Yeah.
Or okay, so other than the speakers, do y'all know what else is going on?
There's all kinds of extra stuff, like the tour of Rusty's house, which is separate. It's like $50, but there's a dinner involved. There's a whole bunch of different things that are going on that you can pay for.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
now
all like
who's Rusty?
Rusty Wessel's very well known in the fish community. I mean, he's got a fish house that's nobody lives in.
Oh,
Nobody
no,
lives
like,
in it.
nobody
Like,
lives in it.
it's basically a museum.
Yeah, it's built for aquariums.
Oh.
Yes,
well,
it's beautiful.
Kenny, there's you an idea. If y'all move, just keep that house as a just for fish tanks.
That is a good idea.
Hey,
And good morning, everybody. I see a lot of people saying hi. Hello.
Yeah, Ricky DeHoyas, good morning. Yeah, when I got in here, I went up the list and then I dropped all the way back down. So if I did miss you, I'm sorry. Just say, hey, you missed me, Jess. It's just one of the mornings. It's a Monday.
Very Monday.
It's me.
Hope everyone is doing well and staying healthy. Yep, I think everybody's staying pretty healthy. The best we can, anyway. Some of us have issues. I've got issues. So, it's always a day-by-day thing. Yeah. I've been pretty good, though, lately. It's been a while since I've had an attack.
Shouldn't have said anything.
Knock on some wood.
I
Yeah.
know.
Just jinx yourself.
I haven't had a cold in a while.
I still have this cold. The cough has been hanging on for weeks. I can't kick it.
Zachary's getting over a cold, and he's had the same kind of cough that just is lingering for the past week or so.
I had a sort of a mini flare-up. I was supposed to go to Pennsylvania Saturday, which was very disappointing. My wife got to go. It was her cousin's wedding reception. It looked like a blast. And you know what? StreamYard made a great tool because I jumped on StreamYard with her, and she has family in Utah and Arizona and California. So a whole bunch of people were on there with us. They were able to view it just by using StreamYard as a private. I didn't ever go live or anything.
Yeah.
I shared out the link, and it's a great tool for something like that,
I've done when I did that interview with Aquazen Mike, yeah. I did it that way. I recorded it through StreamYard with never going live, and it was great. It worked out really good.
Yeah, it's easy like conference tool too. Like if you just get a group of people backstage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have to record or go live. You just there.
Just 100% browser. Nobody has to worry about doing anything but clicking a link.
Right. Yep. I'm a big fan of StreamYard. I guess that's why I pay so much for it. But I like it.
Do you do the top level or the middle?
I do the very highest level and I have add-ons because I have like Steven and Skipper and Miss Dee Dee, and I have a few people that are admins that can get on and start the stream and everything. I can do everything I can, and so I pay a pretty good bit extra for that. So it ends up being almost $100 a month.
Wow. With all the extra stuff.
Yep, with all the extra stuff. But it is, for this show, it is worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I've looked into alternatives in terms of like the ability to have guests, and there's really nothing else that rivals this in terms of like what you get for the price. Even though it does seem like a lot of money, it's still one of the better deals.
And how easy it is for anybody. So anybody,
very user friendly.
Now, Steven, did you ever get a chance to look at that video ninja that I I mentioned to you.
I did not. I looked into it a while back when I was thinking about just like connecting Jenna to my computer. And since then, I just like haven't really looked into doing all that because StreamYard is just too convenient.
Yeah. Well, it does seem to work decently, and for people that don't want to spend the money, it's 100% free, so you could get away with a free way, but there's a lot more to it and a lot more.
Yeah, like how many hoops does your guest have to jump through to get to it? And
Well, it looks like it's not that much, but it is way more than StreamYard.
Oh, look at here, Miss Kelly.
Thanks, Kelly.
StreamYard is expensive.
It is.
Well, you guys, let's get the party started. How about that? Party already started, but here we go. That's 20 seconds of a bunch.
You know what? I'm sorry. I got to step away for just a quick second.
No, yeah, pretty good. Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Sweet. Thank you, Kelly, so much for that. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, StreamYard it is expensive, but for the morning show and everybody that I have and need, it's perfect. It's expensive, but it's just right.
Yep. I
So
don't know anything better.
Yeah. So I have been this weekend. I didn't listen to any fish tube, you guys, and I am truly sorry. I did last night go back and listen to some replays, but the reason I didn't is because I was working on my pond. Not my little ponds, my little 150 ponds, my big pond, my big koi pond that's out in my garden.
How big is that one?
It went from being, kind of an almost like a kidney bean shape, and then my stream goes in it. My stream's already built. It's been there. I'm just incorporating it. But I'm gonna see if I can show you guys.
Do you know how many gallons it is?
I have no clue. No.
Just huge.
Yeah, well, it did get pretty big. So let me see. I'm gonna do this. Solo. Okay, so
okay.
That's come on.
Crop.
Yeah.
Adjust.
Right. It might be better if I send them to Facebook real quick and do it that way. I'll do that. I'm gonna send it to Facebook and then I'll show them that way.
Okay.
Easier.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it'd be easier.
Working on the pond. So why? It's getting there. Michelle's making like a little gnome village out there.
Oh, cool. I want a gnome. I was just thinking about that yesterday. I was like, my mama's got a few gnomes. I was like,
These
how
are
do
little.
I not have a gnome?
She's doing like these little tiny ones she's got a house and she's got all these, like she's got like a little camper and she's building walkways with rocks and stuff, and it's gonna be it's neat. It's neat. She's just getting started.
Is she like a very creative person?
Oh yeah.
Really?
We've got 3 kids, so I mean.
Well, I've got 3 boys, and I feel like I'm not very creative. But
You created 3 boys.
I did. I created 3 boys.
No, she is though. She is very creative. She does all kinds of different crafty stuff too, and she makes a lot of stuff. Her and my daughter both. They make a lot of stuff.
Oh, cool. Now I do love crafts. I do like to do a bunch of crafts and stuff, but when I can copy somebody's thing, but when it comes to me having to, I guess, think it up in my own brain, it doesn't work.
Gotcha.
I can't
We got my daughter one of those the mug things, so she can make coffee mugs.
Oh yeah,
like Annette has Mystery Snail Guardians. She has one. So she got one of those for her birthday was just this past
Oh.
weekend. So she's 25.
Yeah, it looks like a little heater thing or
Well,
something
happy
that you put them like it's just for a mug. Like,
Yeah.
the whole thing is set up for that.
Yep. Mugs fit perfectly into it. And so she's going to start making mugs and stuff too. She's got all the stuff for that. She got the t-shirt press. She's got, for the Cricut, I should say. I never said that. For the Cricut device, she's got a bunch of the different accessories and stuff.
All right, let's see. I got Facebook pulled up now. And I should have taken a picture of when I ended yesterday because I don't think I did. And it's a lot cleaner now because I took out a bed. All right, is it showing?
Yeah.
So let me hide that. Over here, is my cursor showing?
No.
Right here.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so the stream starts right here, which is an old, the old pump, water spigot things.
Yep.
Let's see. Wait, it's got this thing. There we go. Okay, so it has one of those old spigot things, and that's where the water comes out, and then it falls down into the stream, and then this is a bridge that I can walk over and then walk out, of the garden. But it'll flow down, and this is all I had last year that the guppies lived in all summer, and that water got hot because that's just one of those. It's probably only maybe 1.5 feet deep.
Oh yeah.
So but they made it all the way up until the water got about 62 degrees. But I took and extended it out and opened all of that up. So, but after that, I decided to take this bed out right here because I was like, well, how am I going to enjoy my pond if I can't get to it? So I wanted to be able to sit by the pond instead of just walking up to it right here and just having this one little area that is really small. So I ended up taking this bed out or moving it. Let's see. Okay, so that's still getting to where I was taking out. No, I still had not taken out this bed yet. That's how big it was at that point. Let's see.
That's going to be nice. Yeah. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I wish I had a picture of me already taking that bed out because I went and right now it kind of looks like a kidney bean almost.
Yeah.
But when I took out this bed over here, it made it more of a oval, I guess.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
And it made it also that where I can, sit by it and we can play with the koi and the goldfish and everything.
That's awesome. Now, how far down is it going to go?
Oh, I'm going to have 3 tiers to it. It's going to be at least 36 inches deep, if not a little deeper.
Cool. My voice got really high. Cool.
So
beautiful.
I decided that I have a liner already. It's left over from when I made this huge fountain for this lady. Pond thing. It was amazing. If I could find the pictures of those, y'all would be like, you built that? I did. It was like over $30,000 fountain.
Damn.
But
so what are you going to use to dig that out? Are you like?
Well, I was using just my shovel at that point, but Joe has got to go to Virginia this coming weekend, and then he'll be back, I think, by Thursday. And then that following weekend, he said he'd go get the Mini X from Chris and dig it out for me.
Nice.
But so what I had to start doing it before, because he was supposed to have gotten the Mini X for me all winter long, so that when it was time to put the goldfish in the spring, and I'd be ready and I'd be able to use my tanks. And it just kept rocking on. So I finally got out there this weekend. I was like, well, shit, I'm going to do it myself then, me and this darn shovel. And he came out there when I had just about that much of it done. and said, okay, I'll get
Like,
Yeah, that's how to
you
do
can
it.
possibly dig this with a shovel.
yeah. Oh, I know I could do it, but
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
like I'm sore as all get out from just doing that
I bet
and
so.
moving the plants and stuff.
Greg said he's got some shubunkins for
Oh,
you for your
heck
pond,
yeah.
and he said he finally caught that LFD mama.
Good. Longfin Danio, mama. It's the zebra one. I've got babies. So I had some, I traded some guppies for some shrimp from Eric Lucas. And all of them are doing well except for my PRLs, which are my Pure Line red crystals. I lost all but one. And it's not his fault, I don't think. I put them in a tote that was outside. I brought in. I rinsed it out, but I didn't scrub it out, and I didn't use Dawn or anything to clean it with. I just thought rinsing it out was fine because before I had fish in it and it had just been sitting there. So apparently something, I believe, has gotten in it and killed them. All but one. I think she's still
That
alive.
sucks.
And the only reason I say that is because my other ones, my pure black ones, are doing fine. And they are in a little 2.5 gallon tank instead of in a tote that I brought in from outside. So that's the only thing that I can think, that would be wrong with them. They came in looking fine. So I'm going to have to order some more of them. But I guess I was going to use that tote outside for guppies. So I guess I have to really give it a good cleaning now. But yeah. But the idea for my pond is I really want to be able to, and this is going to sound weird, but I want to really be able to get in my pond, like not swim because it's not big enough to swim, but at least sit in my pond and, play with the fish or whatever. And
get some of those fish that I don't even know which ones they are that give
Garist.
you the pedicure. There's the
yeah,
Garist.
I have a bunch of Pandagara.
There you go. Then you could have a pedicure.
Heck yeah. And they come onto my arm anytime I'm in the fish tank. So,
Yeah.
But so what I've decided is that my liner is black, and I also want to be able to see if a snake gets in it because we're in Louisiana. We're gonna
Water
have
moccasins.
water moccasins, cottonmouth. So I want to be able to see if a snake gets in it. So I've decided that I'm going to take, and on top of the liner, I'm going to put a tarp, that pretty blue tarp down. And it'll look more like a pool instead of just a black hole.
Yeah. So you see the contrast of a snake.
Yes, exactly. And I mean, even if I wanted to go to the point of vacuuming the darn thing out, I could. We'll just have to see. We'll have to see how anal I get about it. But I do want to be able to get in it. And I'm real scared of snakes. So I want to put the blue down.
I'm dying to do a pond like that. I mean, I've got that little just preformed thing. It's only like 60 gallons total between all three steps of it.
I almost went that route.
Well, I really want to do your route. I'm hoping my goal is for next year, at least get it started, get it excavated. I'm thinking maybe 3 to 5 foot deep, maybe 10 foot by 10 foot with sort of like what you did. We have a slope that goes right down to a very level spot. It's perfect.
Yeah.
So I want to build the stream going down into it, just like you did. And
yeah,
I really
10, 3. Yeah, that's a good size.
I had to. I decided that instead of mine being like a slope going down to the deeper part, I wanted it steps, like 2 different steps and then the deep, because we have lots of critters too. Raccoons and possums, and I just don't want to go out there and find one dead floating. So I'll do that
too. Yeah,
a step that they can get out if need to. No, they're not.
I'll do that as well. We just have a slope that is that lands in that flat area.
Oh,
so that's perfect for the stream.
Oh, yeah, and you wouldn't even have to build it up.
No, don't have to do anything. All I got to do is lay it down.
See, I had to build mine up because we're flat. We're as flat as can be. But I did that all weekend. So I didn't and I listened to my books. I haven't done
gotcha.
that in a really long time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Red Gara, is that different than the Panda Garas?
Maybe they're more voraciously picking at the dead skin or something.
I know
I mean,
there
the
are two.
Pantagara will latch on, like you
Yeah.
said. They always
Yep.
swim up and latch onto my hand
Yeah.
whenever I'm hands in the tank.
Yep. Hey,
They,
Dex.
they lack some
There,
skin.
these-
Ed's Tanks and Therapy and Atomic Injections 47. I want to know what that means.
Atomic ink ejections
Ink
47.
injections. Oh, so he's I bet he's a tattoo artist.
That's what I took it to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe he's an inkjet printer from back
Or maybe
in
an
the
ink
90s or something.
printer
Yeah.
fixer person.
No, you can't fix those. You just throw them away.
Oh, Geek Boy says the red gar are the ones they call the doctor fish and use for that stuff.
Oh, they don't use the Pandagara for it. They use the
Ah.
red. Oh.
I feel
Well,
like I've heard about them using cichlids before too. I just don't know
Now-
what kind.
Can the Pandagara stay outside in the winter?
Pandagara?
Or the red Gara, whichever
let's see.
one. Can they take the
Who's
cooler
winter?
temperatures?
I mean, we got
Yeah.
two Louisiana persons.
My winter or a Rico
Yeah.
winter?
Right.
or-
No. Our winter.
Although, again, I got footage yesterday of the white cloud minnows finally, and today I'm going to get some more because the water's cleared out.
Oh,
They did great through the winter, and they're huge, and there's way more than. So they thrived over the winter. They really did.
so there's a question I have about that too, because I want to put mine outside with my koi, but I'm scared it's gonna get too hot for them. Can they? How hot? If they live in cold waters, how hot can they get?
I don't. They definitely don't like the hot water. I have a lot of. I mean, you hardly even see the water because I have so much water lettuce, and thanks to Kelly, the
Uh-huh.
water hyacinth and the water lilies, all that stuff covering.
Right. And I'll
the
be able to
surface.
have those.
So
That's
that
cool.
makes a huge difference. And last year I also had a lot of shade on the south side of the
Oh.
pond. That I planted some stuff that gave it some shade on that side.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Cool.
do that as well. Because right now there is it's right
You
in the sun.
Also, they have those. They're super cheap. They're about this big around. It's a solar panel with a fountain right in the middle of it, and it just
Yeah.
floats.
Yeah.
That's what Ed uses, and it cools off his tubs greatly.
Oh. Now how does it do that? To me, you would think that
Well, I get pretty big, so that's a good point.
well, okay, so right now
Yeah.
it's not koi. I keep saying koi. It's just my goldfish. It's my little fancy like fantail and shabunkin and
Mm.
them. And I think that the white claws are too fast for them.
Hmm.
So maybe not the babies, but definitely the adult fish. I think they're too fast for my
I have a huge bullfrog in that pond,
Oh.
and he hasn't scared
having
the.
them.
Go ahead. What did-
I was pulling everything back in that frog. I've got a frog. It's not a bullfrog. It's just a toad, but he's huge. Like I never seen a toad this huge. And he scared the
Yeah.
daylight out of me.
Yep.
And so he
If you
jumped
live in
in.
Louisiana, you've never seen a toad that
No,
huge. I don't even
no.
know how huge
Now,
you're talking, but they're
I've seen a bullfrog.
Yeah.
The big bullfrogs. I have seen them. I've held them. I've played with them.
it's the eating
but-
kind.
Yeah, right. But the toad, I've never seen a toad this big. I mean, I've seen them little. This son of a gun was like on steroids. He was huge. Or she, excuse me, she. I guarantee it was a she because I guarantee she was laying eggs in that. in
Oh
my
yeah,
pond.
I have those all over the pond too. I found those when I was cleaning up. They're all over it.
Yeah.
All over it.
Now, my first year, not last year, the year before, I did have a lot of tadpoles born in my first outside pond, and I didn't know what to do with them. They were getting big, big, and they were eating my baby guppies.
Yeah, I'm worried about that.
and I just started grabbing them and chunking.
I'm going to try and catch
I
them
go
out.
out
If I
there
see
at
them.
night and just.
Yeah. I'm just going to take them down to the bay. They'll be better off down there anyways.
And
It's right
I
there.
should have
So.
I should have had a bucket or something else, but in my brain, I was like, oh, I mean, there were like hundreds of them.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, if I let all of these grow up, that's just another 200. They're going to be out here to piggyback in my ponds next year.
Yeah.
So I should have.
You won't have any fish.
Yeah, and then I wouldn't have any fish. So that's what I was thinking. I don't know what kind of tadpoles they were. They were big or had gotten big before I even noticed what they were. But
I'm worried about that. So I am going to take the bullfrog down. I also have 2 green frogs that are in there. I'm just going to leave those.
yeah,
And I don't know if those are the ones that were laying the eggs. I honestly don't know much about them at all. Could have been the bullfrog or it could have been the green frogs. I don't know. Either way, the stuff is all over the place. And I'm worried about that too. But the bullfrog is definitely going down into the bay. And I don't know. The green frogs I'm going to leave. I don't think they'll really hurt much.
Fish Dreams, good morning. She said, my neighbor won't get rid of the tadpoles out of his ponds. So I'm not giving him any more of my guppies to put in there. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Leo 209, Aquatics, good morning. Yeah, I got a lot of things down here in Louisiana that we have to fight in ponds. Another one is leeches. We've got leeches.
Big leeches.
Natural leeches. And so I want to be able to get in my pond, but I'm scared to get in my pond.
I don't have to worry about too much because they're going to choose, the big water.
Right.
They're not really going to. The bullfrog did happen to pick this one, but most things are going to pick, go where the bigger food sources are. So.
Right. But we do have a pond that's back, but it's too far for the animals right here,
Yeah.
So I went looking in a bunch of my buckets that are just out there, have been holding water, because Alex did that. Sorry, I got a plane going over.
That's not like a truck. No.
No, it's a plane.
No.
Okay. He did that show on the bloodworms and all the little critters that are in your buckets outside if you've left them out all winter. And you go out there with a flashlight and you can see them. And I do. I've got some bloodworms. I think they're bloodworms. They may just be a different type of mosquito larva because they do come in all different colors. We've got, I can't remember, like 38 different species of mosquitoes down here.
One's enough.
Really?
One is
I just know little mosquito and giant terrifying mosquito. Those are the 2 that I know.
Yeah. But we've got, I believe he said 38 different species down here.
Jeez.
And they do have different color larvae. And so the red ones, I'm not sure if those are bloodworms or if they are the larvae from a different mosquito. But I got a bunch of mosquito larvae and then a bunch of other little things in it. Some of it I'm scared to even try to put in my tanks because I don't know what it is. But if I'm finding bloodworms and I'm like, hell yeah, let's start mass producing that stuff because I had to feed that so many of that. And then I am going to start a worm garden outside too for not just me, but for land and fishing.
Oh, gotcha.
So I got a lot of, it's like Miss Dee Dee, I have a lot of projects.
Yeah. We've got some stuff coming and I can't really talk about it. She's probably not watching, but my wife has a birthday coming up in just a few days. And she's all about the outdoors. So I can't really talk about what we're doing. She's probably not watching, but I don't want it to get
right.
So she's going to be very happy though. And the outside's going to look a lot nicer.
Yeah. and last year and the year before, I let my garden just go. Like I didn't pay. I let the weeds go. I let everything grow up because I was building the fish room. I wasn't interested in going out there, But this year, I want to get it all back, together and get my pond. They're all
Meningitis mosquito.
meningitis.
Oh, there was a
mosquitoes.
question there from Leo. What do you all think of a low tech pond outside? Best route trying to do solar or something similar. So solar would be okay, I guess, if you had depends on what you want to put in
Oh,
it. Like I do have a pump. If you're just doing a very simple pond with no pump and no water movement, solar would be fine. I mean, just for like I was talking about earlier, one of those little fountains.
yeah.
I
I
guess it
had
just really
one.
depends on how much you want to do with it. Solar is not the best for like pumps and things like that,
Yeah,
but just for little fountains, that
yeah.
would be fine.
I had bought one of those things that you're talking about for a fountain, a stand-up fountain in a really ritzy neighborhood, and they were having a hard time um, keeping their normal fountain going up high enough out of the. It was like a big vase, and the way that they had created it, they let the bottom of it was too deep, so it didn't have enough, the pump didn't have enough force to push up, and they didn't want to replace the pump. So I bought one of those things, and I was like, okay, well, hey, this is simple. And they were like, cool, yeah, we'll do that. So I ended up doing that for them. I said the only problem was they kept letting it dry up, and then it would run dry.
Yeah.
And Tom was like, you can't do that. Not unless you want me to buy one of these and replace it every week. I think you got to at least keep water in it. And then they were like, well, just put a float on it connected to the irrigation, which I've done before many times. But this one I couldn't because of the way they sealed the bottom of the vase. And I was too scared to drill a hole in the vase because it was old. So I was like, yeah, y'all, this isn't happening.
Yeah.
Sorry. Some things I can do, and there's just some things I can't do.
I don't think I can have solar anything in my yard. Like so many.
You don't have enough sun.
I mean, I know that I looked into the solar roof stuff, and it was like, nope, don't do it.
I'd be able to do it. That's all we are is sun.
I actually would be able to too. I know people think upstate New York, they don't think sunshine, but we've looked into it as well, and it's actually on our short list of stuff to do. Same with wind, because we're being right on the lake. There's like even right now, there's always at least a gentle breeze all the time. So it works great for us. So we want to do a combination and get off the grid. That's
Right.
our goal. That's our goal.
We would love to be able to do it. I mean, we can. It's just the initial costs of getting into it. We have a guy down the road that got into it, and when they're given that like $8,000 rebate or whatever, he did it then. And he said there's pros and cons to it. He's had to replace a lot of them because of the hailstorms, and that was before he knew to get the cover for it, or I don't know what it was, chicken wire or something that he laid over the top. I don't know, it was something that he laid over it that keeps the hail from penetrating.
Gotcha.
But I am going to do solar for my fish room. I'm not.
Hey, let's complete this sentence for Kelly. Every year, I hope Jake's farm catches on fire,
grows big cucumbers.
She's not a fan of farm life, so I'm thinking it's like blaze or burns down. Everything dies of pestilence, or something like that. So.
Jerry's going to go on vacation. He's going to go see Ben Ochart and the glass cages in Nashville. We're going to have Ben Ochart on tomorrow here.
Nice. Ben's a great guy. I like Ben.
He's my people. Because he streams on Saturdays, I don't really get to catch his stream unless I mentally think about it.
Same here.
But I'll get a lot of the replays, and so I was able to get him to come on.
You know, Jerry, there's a lot of other cool fish people there to see in Nashville too. I mean, this guy here, Fish Room Fever, is not too far away. Actually, Knoxville, right? But there's a lot of. I mean, Tennessee is a lot like Pennsylvania. There's just a ton of fish tubers in those locations, way more than other places that have, like Florida. We do have a lot of people from Florida, but you know, it's very populous. Tennessee, not as much. It's way down the list, but there's a ton of Tennessee people. Wow. And what's Matt singing?
Matt said, "You, if Rico's there, sunshine is there," and then he starts singing the song, "You Are My Sunshine." Every year, I hope Jake's farm will be zoned for wind. The neighboring farms are, and it's 8,000 month in passive income.
Nice.
Wait,
nice
what?
passive income.
Because it's actually a wind farm. Then at that point, where they have up the big windmills and they generate, you know,
and it pays him back 8,000.
Oh yeah. He's generating energy. I mean, that's the whole goal. He's not just, you know what I mean. He's probably got the big, massive wind turbines.
Why does it have to be zoned for it though?
There's a lot to that. There's a lot, you know,
probably
stuff
to make money from it or something. I mean,
well, that's part of it probably, but I mean, those things are massive. You know, we're not talking just the commercial level ones. So there's
Geek Boy says the co-op pump would be pretty easy since it's USB and you would not need an AC inverter.
Yeah, the co-op pump is like half
for
a
the
watt
air.
A power draw. Yeah, for a like solar powered air pump.
Yeah.
So maybe a nice little battery to go with it. I mean, I wouldn't just go solar, but a nice little battery.
Right.
Charge the battery.
Like,
there you go.
Yeah.
Says, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. How many batteries do you think you would need to run it for like 50 or so tanks? For
50
or more.
Oh man. I don't know. I
like
mean,
my fish room, and you would need the
a lot.
It would need
a lot of batteries.
A lot of batteries, a lot of sun.
I got plenty of sun.
That's math, and I don't want to do math.
Okay. Oh, it's math. Okay.
It's math.
Yep.
Oh. They're going to Gatlinburg as well. Sweet. Yeah, he's in Florida.
Yeah, that's right. The new co-op pump has a battery belt. I was thinking about those green
it does
USB power ones.
Yeah, it does. I totally forgot about that.
It has a battery built in it.
Yeah.
So a cheap little solar panel would probably be fine for that. If you're just doing one air stone, you know, that's talking about Leo's thing with putting in the pond. If he just wants to use like one air stone or one sponge filter in the pond, that would probably be fine with one of those cheap little solar panels.
Yeah, I don't know what the power draw is on the new pump. Like half a watt was the green USB powered one.
Yeah,
I have a million of those. I have more of those than I do tanks now.
I've got a few of them, 3 or 4. They weren't all from the co-op though.
Ritesh said, "Wouldn't batteries be more expensive than wall power?" I mean, running the power out there.
Initially, it would be, but then it would not. It would save you money after.
I mean, the battery is just kind of like is it for redundancy or just you're using the solar panel to charge the battery to run the pump?
That would be the way to do it, right?
Yeah.
For the fish room,
So if I had for just the just say the electricity for the fish room, you would have to do all that inverting things and talk to the SWEPCO people. If you wanted to do it solar, you couldn't just run it on a bunch of batteries.
Man, running a whole fish room on solar, I cannot even imagine the amount of solar panels you would need for that and the size of the solar panels.
Oh.
I mean, if you're going to heat every tank or even like a massive...
Well, no, we wouldn't have to be heating because I'm going to keep the fish room warm. Did that yesterday, or I'd been doing that. Joe walked in here and he was like, "Holy cow, woman, are you doing a sauna?"
I can't stand that. I heat the tanks. I want to be comfortable. I want to be absolutely 100% comfortable. I will make no sacrifices to my comfort for the sake
I
of
hear
the
you.
fish.
I mean, I do have heaters in all of the tanks for the fish, the tropical fish that need it, but I have no problem being warm because most of the time I'm freezing, so it doesn't bother me. You guys, we're over 15 minutes for 10:15, but we've been live for almost an hour, so we're gonna do the mid-morning stream or mid-morning break real quick, which I don't have ready. So to give me a minute.
Well, Matt says the math for solar isn't hard, so he should do the math for you.
Well, I get with Matt
There you
when I
go.
get to that point.
Matt
Sure.
just volunteered.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's two different conversations going on about the solar stuff. There's one person asking about just for a pond,
Mm-hmm.
which is very, very little, and then Jess asking about for
Yeah.
the entire fish room. So
Right.
I think there's a little confusion there about what
Okay.
different stuff we're talking about.
It'd be easy for the pond if it's a small pond. Not so easy for my fish room.
For an entire fish room. Yeah. I'm not saying you can't do it though.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely would be a goal to have.
It may not be something I start out with, but it's something I want to transfer over to.
It is beautiful out there today.
I wish it was. It was like that the last 2 days, but we finally had a front come in and we got a lot of rain. I'm scared to go out there and see how much water's in the pond now.
We were supposed to get rain today, but man, I am just not seeing it. It is it's like 78. It's supposed to be 80 today, which is a record high.
Sweet.
For April, that's crazy. That is crazy. Again, we get snow at Mother's Day quite often. So
Cannot imagine that.
All right.
But
All right.
Wednesday's supposed to be a low of 33. So, it's still that time of year where we're really just getting we'll have a 40-degree difference between today and tomorrow.
Wow. Well, you guys, I want to give some thanks to my sponsor, which be Joe from Joe Shrimp Shack. He does a lot for us or for the channel, and we really do appreciate everything he does for us. So here's a little thanks. Go check him out.
Hello, muted people.
When a dog needs a loving home, take it to a shelter. But what do you do with a fish that's only into murder? Florida man will take the fish off your hands. Florida man, the one who understands you gotta change your plans. Call Florida man, cigarette in hand. He's got a fishy wonderland. Drive 300 miles to rescue a catfish, but he would rather help you get your own tank established. Florida man, 3,000 gallons in. He doesn't have unlimited space for fish. Florida man got a net in his hand. Florida man and Father Fish is also there. Who's gonna step up and help Florida man now? We need a rescue to rescue Florida fish. Rescue. Florida man needs a helping hand. There's a change in plans for his fishy wonderland. Florida man digging in the sand. Florida man is reaching out to the fishy fam. Florida man will take the fish off your hands. Florida man, the one who understands. Florida man needs a helping hand. There's a change in plans for his fishy wonderland. And he'll even take your goddamn feed as goldfish.
Blaggle, blaggle.
Hitting,
Burp,
hitting buttons.
It's very distracting out there today. There's like in the distance there's a haze over the lake.
Oh.
Just not a bad haze, just like humidity kind of thing.
And what lake is that?
Lake Ontario.
Is that the one that George Washington came through or whatever? With the fog, the one
Oh
on
no, that would be the Delaware
something?
River. That
Oh,
was
okay.
the Delaware River. No.
I just always
Nope.
hear you talk about all the different changes on that lake, and I'm like, is that the one that they want with the fog?
No. It's beautiful though, and it's I could just sit here forever and look at it. I love our view.
Paul McCarthy says, I just put a few whatever full-size solar panels, the extension roof, and can run one tank off of it. So buying a few months using the inverter batteries, Renaji charge controller.
Paul, are you typing with your bad foot? Kind of
Scuba
run
Steve.
one of takes off of it. Try again, Paul.
Right?
We'll get it.
That's okay.
He's typing like me.
Rico on his history lesson. Hey, I didn't know. I mean, I knew that it happened. I just couldn't remember what lake it happened on. Nola's Dolls and Aquatics. Good morning, and good morning, Scuba Steve. One Aquatics Universe with Mike B. Hey, I'm not the only one with a long name.
That's I know who it is.
It's Mike B.
Mike's Turn to Aquatics.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's who that is.
Okay. What is up with the hashtag that I'm starting to see everyone with hashtag I am a snail? I found myself typing it yesterday. I feel like a takeover is in progress.
Takeover is in progress.
Progress. Matt
Sorry,
had a typo? What?
Sorry, Matt.
Oh no.
I only point them out when they're funny.
Yeah.
So
Because I make tons of typos. Tons.
Fishy mine.
Matt is starting up a regular stream.
Yay.
He'll be going weekly at Wednesdays at I want to say 5 p.m. Central Time.
Oh, sweet.
And he'll just be talking about. He'll have a co-host, a super secret that not revealed yet.
Okay.
Co-host. And they'll just be talking about the site. He'll also be featuring fish fan members who have some amazing stuff going on in their fish room and that not too many people know about.
Cool. That's amazing. That's awesome.
There's amazing stuff that happens in my fish room, but I can't talk about it. So ladies' night's gone. Ladies' night's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do miss ladies' night.
Yeah.
I get it though. I get it. Life has to be more important. This is just the fun part.
I wish that maybe come in the fall, like we said, and things slow down for me, and Shanna kind of isn't as tired all the time, and Miss Dee Dee can, she's done with projects and stuff. I mean, it's not never going to happen again. There'll be a pop-up here or there, but yeah, we just couldn't keep it every Tuesday night. But Matt's going to be going right before Papa Shrimp then on Wednesdays. Sweet.
Well, he'll be going right before, Rob 93, unless he continues more than an hour. And then Papa Shrimp, and then followed by Papa Shrimp is Dan's Fish, and then after Dan's Fish is the new night and time for Steamy McStreamy.
Woo!
We'll be going at 9:30 Central on Wednesday nights now.
Who else goes after Papa Shrimp? Oh, Primetime Aquatics, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool. Tails and Scales.
Good morning.
It.
That's a new name for me.
That's
It fits right in with yours.
It does.
Manes, tails, furs, and scales and fins.
Right. I need to add feathers and I guess scales because, I don't know, because my frogs, when I get my frogs, they won't have scales. They got skin.
Manes, tails, fur, and skin.
That don't sound good.
Yeah.
That's your OnlyFans account?
Yep, that's a whole different thing.
And
Paul, no worries. Sorry, my typing is not the best. I'm trying to multitask. Just picking on you. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. And Friday's just got a nice bump too. By
Menon.
who?
I was doing the theme song. You said by Menon. It just reminded me of the old deodorant commercial. Sorry.
Jumped in to say hi. Well, hey, Tails and Scales.
Yeah, Kenny E is doing a stream on Fridays he's also having special co-host as well.
Oh,
I didn't know about that one.
Sweet.
He announced it last night.
Yeah.
I missed
I watched some of the replay. I didn't get to finish, so I must have missed that one.
Yeah, he'll be going at 9:30 Central Time on Friday.
Tails and Scales says, did you just start the stream or been going a while? We have actually been going 1 year. The Aquatic.
I think he meant just today.
We've been
Oh,
We've been streaming for a year.
yeah, I've been streaming for a year. No, we start at 9 a.m. Central Time and go to 11 a.m. Central every morning except for Wednesdays. And then we have a members only stream on Wednesdays, which is at 11. Yeah. After LRB, we will have co-hosts, but it's not saying who yet. Danikin is starting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Tails and Scales is just a name change. Used to be TNS Aquatics.
Oh, okay. Well, I like Tails and Scales.
Yep, me too.
So,
It rhymes. I like rhymes.
yes. Yep. Anthony's Fishy Friends. Hey, Anthony.
I had a truck song in my head for Steven, but
What?
I had a truck song in my head since you like rhymes.
Oh. Okay.
The
Sure.
Aquatic Morning
What
Show
does
is a
truck rhyme
year
with?
old, and I haven't reached Jess's knees. What the heck are you talking about, Eduardo?
I think he's looking up your skirt.
That's kind of what
Eduardo.
it sounds
Mm,
like.
He's still looking at your ankles, though. He hasn't got up to your knees yet.
God, wow. I
I'm
don't quite understand that.
It is
I'm very
amazing, though, isn't it,
confused.
that it's been a year already?
It is amazing.
You know, yeah.
Like started out me and Chubbs. Well, it started out just me, and everybody who wanted to come up. It was just a hangout stream.
Yep.
I mean, it was. And then it just kind of has progressed into what it is now.
I remember those days.
I know.
I've just a little over a year have been like went out of lurk mode and making videos and stuff.
I never had a lurk mode.
I lurked for a long time.
I didn't.
I did not really. I mean, I lurked for about 6 months as far as not creating anything, but I was
Yeah.
in the chats talking and stuff.
Mm.
In fact, June will be 2 years for me with the Fish Fam,
Wow.
which seems like a lot longer, but it's only been 2 years.
Someone should tell Rico to come up once a week.
Rocco.
Oh, Rocco. Look, I've been talking to Rocco, but he's still not, he's good, but not good. Like he's still going through physical therapy, but
Yeah.
His physical therapy is at the same time the show is. So that's an issue. So
Yeah.
but he's still doing physical therapy, and he still got to have the shoulder surgery, and so he's still got some things going on. But said that he would, when he can. Ed's thanks for therapy. Thanks. Joseph Stanley.
Earlier, Kelly was asking, can Jenna stay up that late for the Wednesday stream since it's like it'll be 9:30 to 11:30. It was her suggestion when we were moving times. So
she's going to have to.
yeah, she volunteered herself.
Okay, Paul McCarthy says, I'm already running 1 tank of solar power with the use of an inverter and batteries. It runs 1 canister filter, 150-watt heater, and an air pump. How big is a solar panel?
How big do you need it to be?
I don't know. That's what
How many?
How big is the tank?
That's math. Matt's going to do that math. That's probably what he's doing right now. He's very busy
I need
punching the
detail.
numbers.
You can't spell math without Matt.
That's right.
There's an extra T in there, but
Yeah. Well,
that's for T's.
I lurk all the time. Then don't shut up when I have time. Loves the shows. Great. Good. I want to run on solar panels. I need the energy. Eduardo,
Man.
I'm never mind. I'm not going to say what I
Matt?
was going to say.
Matt. Joe Stan.
Matt.
Don't make me pencil whip you.
I didn't have a lurk mode. Like I was researching the guppies and the bettas, and I wasn't typing, and none of that was live. And then when I found live, then it was, I did my first video, which was the very first fish tour room I ever did. And then boom, I went right into streaming. And it was just a hangout. Really wasn't anything named anything just yet. And then it became called the Aquatic Morning Show.
Yeah, Beck started lurking in January, chatting in August, creating. So she started lurking around the time I started actually creating videos, and then started creating in October of last year.
Wow.
I started creating my very first video. Well, my channel is like 11 years old, but I never used it for anything. Everything was unlisted. All my kayaking videos were all unlisted. They were meant for very specific reasons. But October of 2 years ago was when I made my first content. And my first live stream was December 13th of that year. That's sort of what I count as my year anniversary for Fish Fam, was that first live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, you guys, we're going to do fish history and scientific news from Alex. If I can find it, there we go. We got new ones this week. Come on, computer. Look.
Hey everybody, welcome to Fishery, episode 66. So we have made it to episode 66 at least. What I wanted to talk about today is water pollution going on in the Amazon River. And it's an issue, you know, we kind of figured that. And the title of the new research paper, which came out just the other day, is Pharmaceutical Water Pollution Detected Deep into Brazilian Amazon. So it's been known for a number of years that there are lots of chemicals going on in the Brazilian Amazon, and that it's been contaminated with several hundred chemicals, largely due to sewage and wastewater dumping out into the main river. And it's mostly coming from urban centers in the region. Recent research in January of this year, another paper, took water samples along the Amazon, the Rio Negro, and the Rio Tapajos, as well as the Rio Tocantins rivers, and they found that small urban tributaries that pass through the city in canals and also just free-flowing in cities outside of Manaus, Santarém, Belém, and Macapa were full of these chemicals. So they found that these chemicals have the ability to affect 50 to 80% of the freshwater species of fish, dolphins, and other animals that come into contact with the river. That means that they can bioaccumulate in their bodies. Now, this has been a really thorough study, which is interesting because a lot of times they tell you, oh, this chemical's in the region, or this chemical's in the water in this parts per million, and we don't know what that means exactly. Well, this research actually cited a whole lot of papers. You can go to their website, which is silentamazon.org, and I think they also have silentamazon.com. But it's a big worldwide project with researchers from around the world. And they've actually gone and talked about different classes, citing old papers, and talked about, you know, okay, the dolphin needs this much in its system to be detectable, this much to make hormonal changes. The arapaima need this much, you know. So they don't have everything in the river, but they have a pretty good sense enough that they can guesstimate that 50 to 80, that's why it's such a big range, are impacted by the concentrations they're finding in most of the river. Now, that first study was only on the main river, and they cited that the main issue was wastewater coming out and not being treated. And as well as that going on, you know, they have all the nitrates, nitrites, ammonia, and E. coli, you know, all the different stuff, fecal coliform bacteria that is bad for the environment and can cause algae blooms and things. But they didn't go super in depth in that first study of the year. They collected water just from the main river. Now, this new study collected water from 40 points along 1,500 kilometers or 930 miles of the Amazon, and was able to sample all over the place, including some of the tributaries and things. And they also, said that the same cities were an issue. They also noted that in the Amapá state and in the city of Para, there were high levels of these chemicals. So they found 43 different detectable pharmaceutical chemicals in significant amounts, and 40 of the 43 were found in waterways above the cutoff limit for the pollution level in the European Union and United States alike. Now, the European Union has an even lower level than the United States, but they use the United States levels. So in addition to the stuff I just mentioned that's not good in the river, they've found a whole lot of drugs for humans in the river. Everything from psychoactives that people take recreationally to anti-heart arrhythmia medications, high blood pressure pills, so antihypertensives, antidepressants, SSRIs, anti-epileptics, benzodiazepines, hormones, both synthetic and natural. And another big one was fragrances from cologne, body wash, perfumes, and deodorant, hair gels, and other things like that. So when you're taking a shower, especially in some of these developing parts of the world, you may think Sao Paulo and Rio might have a way to treat all these things, but they're out by the coast. So the ones that are far inland, it seems like, have basically never built chemical wastewater treatment plants, and for the most part, they just dump into the river. And the really bummer thing about all of this is that in areas 23 to 40, the number I'm on a map in the Amazon River, the concentrations were 2 orders of magnitude. So that's not 10 times higher. That's 100 times higher when they were within 100 miles of the cities. Then when they were within 500 miles of the cities, it was still 10 times higher than it was in the rest of the river. And when they looked out in the rest of the river, they were finding things as far as almost 1,000 kilometers out from the cities, up small tributaries that are very small rivers, maybe 50 yards across compared to the main channel of the river. And they haven't gone and looked into little creeks and things, but during the wet season, they have looked up the rivers, and they found that the main issue is that there's these fish that are eating other little fish that have absorbed these chemicals, eaten these chemicals and things. And microplastics are also a whole other issue. And then they swim up into the other areas to spawn. When they die, then their organ meat, like their liver and kidneys, gets eaten by scavengers like catfish or insects or other animals on the banks of the river. And then that is highly concentrated amounts of these chemicals. And so you can end up with animals that, even though the creeks are only 10 times higher than the legal limits for drinking water, they find that the animals themselves may have 100 times the level if they're predators and things, because of the way the food web adds up, basically. So there was an international study done also in 258 rivers in 104 countries, and they classified the Amazon River, anything downstream of Manaus, as a site with priority but low active pharmaceutical ingredients. And that was in 2020. And that said that was due to high riverine flow and large dilution. But they didn't go into the tributaries for one. They didn't sample the fish for another. So that's why they did this study, the 2 studies again this year. The first one seemed to say no big deal. And guess who it was sponsored by? The Brazilian government and the Spanish government. Whereas this more specific and in-depth research, which has charts, graphs, all sorts of stuff on their website that you can check out, which is silentamazon.org, They were funded by the National Geographic Society, World Wildlife Fund, and a couple other conservation groups and universities. So it's kind of interesting to see the difference in studies also, and who funds them and what the outcome of the studies are, because they're all valid findings, but the devil is in the details. If you leave out the part about the fish having 100 times more antidepressants in their bloodstream, or in their mercury in their organ from gold mining that's illegal, that can be a whole nother story than if the water itself isn't that polluted in these remote regions. So stuff to think about, interesting stuff. It's been going on in the US and we've known about it for years, but now we're able to really detect it and understand the amounts, and we're able to compare a lot of studies that have been done on various animals, or groups of fish anyways, and mammals and birds and reptiles and things, and understand where the harm comes in. And remember, a lot of people are getting their primary source of food from the river, be that all the protein that are freshwater fish, or be that the other animals like monkeys and deer and other things that live in the Amazon, birds that they're also eating, that some of them specialize in diets where they only eat certain things. You know how crows only eat like the soft tissue of carrion that's on the road. So a lot of the problem is also that the animals that are kind of the cleanup crew of the world and of the Amazon are getting the worst of it. Things like vultures and birds of prey are really getting nailed, as well as catfish and other fish that are scavengers. So I thought this was an important issue, and I wanted to kick things off with it. So links in the on my community tab if you want more info. I know this was a little bit long, but I think it's an important issue. All right, guys, back to you, Jess, on the Aquatic Morning Show, and I hope everyone's having a great week. Talk to you later. Bye.
Here we go. So you call me stupid, but I thought, I didn't even think that stuff could get into the Amazon, because I didn't think they could afford that kind of stuff over there. Because I still thought it was, like third world country, and they all still lived in their own little.
Well, I mean, a lot of that stuff gets
Communities
donated
and stuff.
to those countries as well.
Well, I mean, there's a huge range. You have, tribal communities who still
Tribal.
live
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
as tribes, and then you also have very modern big cities, so there's a really big range of people that live in the area.
And the Amazon is so big.
True.
So,
Yeah.
But I was just like, wait, hey, how is that stuff getting in there? They don't get that. They don't wear deodorant. They don't wear perfume. They like the natural smell.
Well, they're used to it, but
Yeah, right. That's funny. That's another thing. Back then people didn't, before we had smell, perfumes and cleaned and had showers daily and, stuff like that. The smells that people had, kind of like, what do you call it? Nose blind.
yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of
Used to it.
the
So
soaps and deodorants and stuff we use kind of like contribute to having especially bad body odor if you don't use them. It's almost like a rebound effect.
yeah. But they didn't have that then, and it wasn't a big deal because
Nobody had it.
Nobody had it. So that's why
And
they
it's,
came up with bouquets and weddings.
At some point, your scent was actually it would tell how strong of a person you were.
Yes.
Sometimes they would gauge you based on that. They would judge you based on that.
Yes.
Yeah. And what you ate really made a difference. Like, if somebody, a good example is milk, right? A lot of Westerners drink milk. Well, Japan and China and stuff, milk isn't drank near as much. They call us milk drinkers even quite often.
Really?
And they can smell a difference. So what you eat really does make a difference as to how you smell.
So I wonder if you were like in like Hawaii or places like that that had a lot of different fruits, or Florida, and do you smell sweeter because you eat a bunch of fruit?
Well, there is something said about eating pineapple. I'm not going to get into it because it's the wrong place for it, but it
Okay.
changes some body chemistry.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. That's interesting.
Stephen knew right where I was going. I could tell by the laugh.
Wait, what are you asking me, Joseph? How do you know, Jess? Have you been? Oh, no. I've never been to the Amazon. I want to go to Peru. Bad. But it's like, do you go to the class? Do you go to Aquacella? Do you go
My
to Peru?
my
Do
vacation
you go-
time is booked up. Like,
Mine comes down to money. That's what mine
yeah,
comes down to.
yeah, there's
I
that
could have the
too.
time. I have
Jerry said, I'm in Florida. We all stink down here.
What, Nina? What do you want?
Kelly can
says-
confirm is not. I figured it was a myth.
Hey,
Either
Skipper.
that, or you'd have to like eat pineapple like breakfast, lunch, and dinner for like a week, like completely just replace your entire gut biome with whatever pineapple has.
No, we're not going outside right now. You can wait.
Yes,
You can wait.
yes, Dr. Awesome. It is. Yep.
Hey, Doc.
And Skipper came in. Just got done with the doctor's appointment. Hopefully it was good news there, Skipper.
Yeah, I need to call you later.
Yeah.
Oh, my order's on the way.
Yay!
I got some
Ow!
Nerite snails. I got 6 Nerites.
Okay, so
Where?
Aquahuna.
okay,
Nice.
we've
They
got
were
a
cheap. It's
99.
like $27. I'm sorry.
No, we have a 99-cent super sticker from Joseph Stanley. So
It's
you
not
know what
Pooh
that
money.
means.
Peru money.
I think that 99 cents is going to get me a foot to Peru.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it might not really help with the poo much either.
Yeah, no. But thank you, Joseph. I appreciate it.
Every little bit counts. Every little bit adds up.
That's right. There's a lot more information out there on that topic.
If you care. I mean,
If
if
you
you want to
care.
research that.
I imagine that Brooklyn has read about it. I mean, she's studied that stuff for a long time, so she's looked up everything. So
Wow.
I'm sure she stumbled across that.
So we've had an issue with Landon, and he has decided that he's going to, or didn't, like when we sent him out, his like one and only chores is to feed the horses at night. And come to find out, he has been lying about going out there and feeding the horses. So I bought one of those just cheap security cameras, and I bought it. Let's see, today is Monday. I bought it Saturday evening about 2. It arrived yesterday. I was like, what? We don't have a distribution center here.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't pay for any extra shipping. It was crazy. I was like, wow. Oh, look, here we go.
Hang on, I gotta jump down
Okay.
because I got a meeting.
Okay.
So thanks for having me up. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Thanks.
See you,
Bye.
Stephen.
Bye. We have another super sticker from Skipper. Shake it good. Well, I did it on your stream, so. All right. Thank you, Skipper. And I am going to call you after the stream. Getting some larder. Let me start over. Getting some water lettuce in today. Got some from eBay. How can I treat it in
Ugh.
case it's got something in it?
That's a tough one, really. I
Yeah.
feel the water lettuce is just so sensitive to any of the treatments. I honestly don't know on that one. Hopefully somebody in the chat. I mean, Jess,
Right.
I mean, I do have water lettuce, but I've never treated it ever.
Well, yeah, me either. If I buy outside plants, that go in my pond, I don't treat them. I just put them in there. In fact, the funny thing is, I got an hitchhiker last year on one of my plants, which was that native killie that we did find out wasn't actually native killie. And I wouldn't have taken it back if I'd have known what it was before I took her back. But she was just very plain, but you could tell it was some type of killie. But yeah, she made it growing up with the goldfish, so they didn't eat her. But that she was definitely a hitchhiker out of some plants.
That's cool. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, but I don't. If it's going in a pond, I don't. If it's going in my tank, I don't. I just don't. Call me lazy, call me whatever, but I just don't.
Yeah, I don't. I've never have either. I've only bought it. Well, I didn't even buy it. Chattanooga Ed sent me some, and now I have just tons of the water lettuce, tons of it.
I can't grow
I've been
water
thrown away.
lettuce.
It does not
Unless it's
ship well.
outside.
I put it in all my tanks. That's why they're low. Like you can see, the 75 is low. I keep it a little bit lower so the room, because they all have lids on them.
Yeah.
So that the the water lettuce has more room in there to.
I didn't. I can't grow it in the house. The water lettuce. I don't know. I don't know.
It loves my water. Absolutely loves it. It goes crazy. I've thrown away so much of it.
And you've got a softer water, right?
No, I have incredibly hard water. Yeah, there's like.
Let's see, I've got hard water. But I'm gonna try it outside again. In the pond that I make.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
It does well out there too.
Yeah. I'm looking. I got my favorite are lilies. I love the lilies. So
I have some of those from Kelly Foreman, and they do need to be separated. I haven't divided them yet. I probably should do that.
Well, we have got to do this for Whip's World.
And Kelly Foreman said, I never treat plants. Now, Kelly, if you don't know Kelly Foreman, she doesn't make a lot of content, but she has amazing plants. She sent me a bunch. She sent some to my daughter. She sent them to the pond. So people in the chat, if you don't know Kelly, she knows her plants very well. She does a stream with Steven on Mondays, Wet Your Plants. It's all about plants. And she never treats her plants. She rinses them with tap water and throw them in. I used to treat stuff with peroxide. I haven't recently. If I collect out of the bay, I will, depending on what it is. But if I'm buying it from someplace, I don't. And it's probably wrong, but
Joseph Stanley, if you are wanting to get that axolotl, get with me. That's a prank call, isn't it? What?
411. 411 is the information. You can call 411 for local information. It's not. People used to use it all the time. You call it for the time. You call it for all kinds of different stuff. It's an information thing.
Weather.
And Eduardo told him, if you need friends, call there. But he didn't know the number for 411.
Kelly, can you throw your link up? Have Kelly as a mod?
Kelly is a mod.
Okay.
But she doesn't make any content at all.
Right. Just
that doesn't mean
you guys need to talk too. It's been a while. Yes, Eduardo. Yes.
Eyes. Joe Stan said, Jess, we're both married. We can't get together. For shame. What was that I was reading? What I was saying is you still can subscribe to Kelly, but the content that she does do is just, I can't talk. She hangs out on a lot of live streams. I mean, she's actually up on the stream with Steven, but she shows up in a lot of live streams and stuff too.
All right,
Yeah.
Brooklyn Bell, I put it back in chat.
And Kelly has no content, Beck says, but you can catch her today on Wet Your Plants, which is
Yep.
on Stephen P's channel at 5 Eastern.
Yeah.
Is that right? 5 Eastern? Yes, 5 Eastern.
Um,
Which you can find at fishfam.link.
yeah. No, I didn't. I will. I need to. Don't know if I have that email though, Matt. I thought he was saying you didn't make much content.
Yeah, Kelly doesn't make any content at all. Yeah. But again, that doesn't mean you shouldn't subscribe to her. She is out there. She is part of the Fish Fam.
Yeah.
And she does some very cool streams. And Tails and Scales says, any tips for someone wanting to start streaming?
Just do it.
Yeah. Make sure you
Just
have good
do it.
audio.
Go through StreamYard if you're not already monetized on YouTube. StreamYard, we were talking about that at the beginning of the show, actually. And you can do it without a subscription. You can do it for, I think, 20 hours, free hours.
Yeah, that's what it
23
used to be
hours?
at least. Yeah, I think 20 hours a month.
Yeah. And you just do it, man. And if you have people that are sub to you or you let us know what time you're streaming, we can put it in the lineup, which I'm going to play in just a minute. And there you go.
Have fun. That's my biggest
Jeremy
tip.
Jenkins just
If
invited me here. Never been here before. Well, Matt is awesome. Thank you, Matt. And welcome, Jeremy Jenkins.
Tails and Scales, if you're not having fun doing it, then there's no reason to do it.
Yeah.
Though that's the biggest thing. Have fun.
Exactly.
That's the biggest thing. And find your voice. Find out what you want to talk about that's sincere and genuine.
They're asking Kelly what she thinks is the best floating plant for fry cover. Want to get something for the new wild betta pear I'm going to get.
Kelly does not like floating plants.
Right. But
Personally, go ahead.
yeah, go ahead.
You go. Your turn.
So for my guppies and my fry, I do a lot of rickia. I do a lot of frog bit and duckweed and guppy grass and hornwort.
Yeah, all
Those are all of my floating plants
Yeah.
that I do for
I will
strictly
add
for fry.
Alodia. Alodia just floating is good.
Yep.
I really love the look of that plant. And water lettuce, because the roots get so long, but again, it doesn't do well for everybody. And it makes a big difference if you like I said, on the 75, I leave it down a little bit because if you fill the tank up all the way, there's not a lot of room there, and the leaves for the water lettuce are often rubbing on the lid. So if you have a lid, you need to lower the water a little bit. But
Speaking
the
about
roots
KJE,
get long.
yeah, there's KJE Aquatics right there.
Hey, Keith.
KJE Aquatics, I need your email. Oh, look what we got. Look what we got. We got us somebody. Hello,
Brooklyn.
good morning.
Hey.
Hi, Brooklyn.
Got her pretty tanks behind her.
Yeah.
I was going to say plants, but I don't know why. But you got pretty plants too.
I can't see the chat at
Oh,
all.
it's okay. I read most of the chat out.
Yeah, this Hank that Kelly is gonna help me with when I get my stuff together and send her pictures of everything. Everything's just floating. Nothing is like planted except for the crypts. So
Really? It looks good to me now.
yeah, they're all just
What's the background?
here.
Yeah.
Some
Is it-
plants from Steven. These in the middle.
Yeah.
It's Steven. I don't know. He's not here anymore. I think it's
It looks
Lud-
like you have one
Ludwigia.
it looks like you've got one of those stick on back things, that
Oh,
that's what it looks like. It's pretty.
Oh,
It does. It looks like
the
you've
plants?
Well, yeah. That's what it looks like. You've got one of those things you put on the back to, give it a theme or a scene or whatever.
Well, I'm glad it looks good. They're all just sitting there on plant weights.
They look good. It looks good from here. Looks good.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hang on. Oh, thank you, Rico.
Yep, no problem.
Okay. Real quick, you guys, let's do the first. I've got the coffee cup. So if there's anybody that would like to be a coffee cup sponsor, normally I put your logo on the front of my coffee cup. And as I drink, my coffee all morning, you get to see that same coffee cup logo. So that is the coffee cup sponsorship. If you're interested in that, let me know. And we also do this, or Miss Dee Dee does this for me. If I can find where I have it.
Real quick, Tails and Scales, Brooklyn does have a YouTube channell.
I just have zero content.
Yeah, zero content as well for now, but doesn't mean you can't subscribe to her. And you can find everybody at fishfam.link. Fishfam.link. And Mod can drop that link in there. And I shouldn't say everybody, but most people are on fishfam.link. And you can find a ton of information about them there.
I know it's on my. Well, son of a gun. I'm going to lock it up too. Nope.
I have a lot of ideas, but not sure when I'll ever get to making it.
You're too much of a perfectionist, so I see this taking.
Yeah.
I see you being very.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it.
Oh, Stephen will have to help me.
Just do it. Take your phone,
And I don't know if you've
video.
noticed, but we're not very productive. It's just us. We need Jenna. Jenna will have to be involved for sure.
She's the taskmaster.
She is. She's awesome. We need Jenna for everything.
Take your phone, turn it sideways, go up to that tank right there and say, "Hey, here's my tank. This is what's in it," and then upload it, and you're done. There's your first video. There you go. Just do that. Doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody's gonna judge you for how perfect the video is.
But I will.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. You and Stephen are a lot alike that way, Bex.
Yeah.
So many of you actual real content creators. I don't consider myself a content creator.
I like your videos.
I too.
I make them because I want to show off stuff, but I'm not worried. I don't edit anything.
No,
there's no editing. No, unless I add my intro, or put two different videos together. That's it. I don't have a script. I don't do voiceovers. I just talk. Whatever comes out, that's what's on the video, and boom.
Well, that sounds simple.
Rico, do you have to clean the glass first? Have you ever watched any of my videos, Joe Stan? A single one? Because I always talk about how bad the glass is.
I haven't done tank maintenance at all today. I have a lot to do.
Me neither. Well, here is our coffee cup sponsors. If my computer's just running slow, terribly sorry. There we go. Come on. Well. We may not get to do the copy. There we go.
I think the tractor crashed.
Maybe. Cheese
Cheese and rice.
Cheese and rice. There. Well, I don't have that.
Hi, Brickley. That was a fun stream on Thursday night with you and Steven. And the
That was
chat
fun.
afterwards was good. Sorry we kept you up so late.
Oh, we would have probably been up that late, even if we didn't join your stream.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you were supposed to be doing things.
we were. We kind of did one thing. Didn't finish that skate, but he's like, he said my husband texted my phone. He was holding my phone doing something, and he said he asked if you're coming home anytime soon, and I didn't realize it was like 2:30
Yeah.
a.m. So, yeah, I didn't get home till like 3:30. We
All
still
right,
have.
This is, if I can get it to play right, we're going to do the live streams for today.
Oh, geez. I just saw the time.
I know.
Mhm.
No, it's the Monday live streams at Eastern Standard Time. We started off the morning at 9 a.m. with Father Fish. That is the Aquatic Morning Show on Maine's Tales, Fur and Fields with Jess and the crew. 10. They stand at 12:15. The Afternoon Chapter Light. And at 1:30, it's our Dr. Anthony with Aquarium Conservation with Dr. Anthony from Orcoff. Go with Ed and Rico at 3. At 4 p.m., it's Corvus Awesome. What's Your Plants? 5 is Stephen P. 2003 and Kelly Foreman and probably Fat Kitty. 6 p.m. is Monday Views on some fantastic freaks. 7 is Steve Pod Aquatics Member Stream. And also at 7 is Monday Mayhem with Mr. and Mrs. Metalhead. At 8 is Steve Pod Aquatics. Bob Steenpot. 9 is the Garden of Eden. Grant. Bishop is Aquatics at 10 in the hotspot. How hot will it get? And that concludes the Monday live streams. And Liquid Thanks for making this information easy to find at fishfam.link and Lefty32138. Thanks for your live stream calendar on your website also.
Mm, okay.
I was
I can
muted.
hear you now. Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, what did I do?
No, it was me.
You saw me freak out for a second.
So it's me and Brickley Bell. Rico needed to drop down, and thank you so much for helping out, Rico. Really appreciate it. And welcome anytime. They bailed me out this morning.
I wake up at 6 every day
Oh wow!
on weekdays.
Yeah.
So, and I don't leave, so I'm
Right.
home. So if
Okay.
you need me,
I will.
just let me know. And I can't be that helpful because I don't have a computer and I don't know how to do all this, but I can come on with you and
That's
just
right.
be here.
Heck yeah! Definitely. I will add you to the email list. So, okay, that was the live streams. That was the coffee cup. Trying to remember what else I'm supposed to do.
I think you did everything.
I think I did. I think I have. I think I've covered everything today.
Mhm.
My goodness, I did. I did it. I did it.
You did. You got through it.
I did it.
Yep. And with bad weather.
And with bad weather. That's right. That's
Mhm.
right. it almost looks like it's trying to clear up today, but they did say that it was still going to be kind of spotty with showers.
Yeah.
So it's going to be one of those days.
We don't have it till this afternoon when I have to go get my son from band practice. So
Ooh.
yeah, it's the one day that they actually have practice after
Right.
school to 4. Yeah. Hopefully it's not too bad, but
Lennon has practice
gotta
on
do it.
Tuesdays and Thursdays. Oh, did you ask how old he was?
I did.
He's
I did.
supposed to be 14.
Yeah. Okay.
So
And he just
lazy.
he didn't used to lie about stuff, but he just started to.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
become it at about when he turned 13, we started noticing, and now it's almost gotten out of control. So
Yeah.
and it's kind of one of those, if you didn't watch him go feed, it was hard to prove that he fed.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, no, I'm putting into this. So I got the little camera.
I think it's the age.
I think so.
Mine are 11 and 12. I guess almost 12 and 13. And our daughter she's been lying for a long time.
Yeah.
But that's just her, I guess.
Yeah.
But my son never would lie, but he just started to about a month or two ago. Just little things, but I don't like lying at all. I hate that. So
Yeah.
maybe it's just that age.
I hope not. If it is, I hope it passes.
Maybe,
soon.
yeah, maybe it won't last long.
He's really good at. So I am like I don't remember things very well, and a lot of it has to do with the medication I'm on.
Mhm.
But so I'll like maybe napping or whatever, and he'll come and ask me if he can do something, and I'm like, or whatever. Well, he takes that as yes, whether or not his dad has said yes or no. So then he tries to play us.
Yeah.
That's been a really big thing lately. So now it's like he has to ask two parents, and they have to talk before he can go and do anything. That way it kind of covers me, and it covers him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that he should ask both y'all anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had our daughter would do the ask me and I'd say no and then go ask Josh, and that would cause problems, but we figured that out. Now they have to make sure both are okay with it, and if not, then the answer is no.
Right.
So,
yeah. And I have a bad problem too about trying to be too nice.
Yeah.
Like I give in, he gets upset, and I give in, and I got to where I'm like, okay, Joe, you do it. You have to do the punishment, because if I do it, or he has to say, I can't change it to Landon, even though we could talk and, I could change it. But to Landon, I'm not allowed to change it. That way he can't come to me and try and play on me and make me feel that, so so we've had to get very, I don't know what the word is.
Got to put your foot down.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is really hard for me to do, but
it really is, but it's in their best interest to do.
Mine comes with back history of my other two kids, and they were taken from me, and so I've got a lot of other
I get it.
that go with it.
I get it. It is hard. It really is hard. We had custody things for 7 years, so I hate having to do that. I really do. But it's a complicated area. I still struggle with it. I'm not great at being the disciplinarian.
Right.
But
right.
We're working on it.
Yeah. Because it's like I don't want him to hate me, because I've already got one kid that hates me for whatever reason that I haven't seen in 9 years. So that makes it hard, and it does make me have issues.
Yeah.
But my chat is not working.
I can see it.
Interesting. It won't scroll down any further.
The last one I see is Dee Dee.
I'm at Matt. So Oh, wait. Okay, there it goes. It did it. It jumped. Okay, it was stuck. All right. I'm a pushover. Matt, this is your conscience. Don't do it. My goodness. Well, you guys, I know it was kind of been a Monday, and I was late, but it just happened to be I had to deal with Landon and stuff. So I do appreciate everybody waiting and just chit-chatting and chat until I got here. So I want to thank you guys. Definitely thank you for the super stickers and super chats. They're always welcome. And I love them. Thank you very much. Haha, I kind of wanted to hear it anyway. And thank you, Brooklyn Bell, for being here and helping me out at the end. I really appreciate it. No, they need tough love. Yeah, it's easier said than done. I ended up being I was tough at first, and then I just flip-flop.
Yeah.
And my sister was real lax, and then she flopped. So she's the strong one now. I'm the pushover. So, but you guys, God, I appreciate you guys being here. Chevy Fish, hey, good to see you. Michelle E, you guys coming in at the end. But I don't know. I don't remember who's streaming next. I don't know.
Rico.
Is he going to go?
I don't know.
I don't know if he's going to go or
I
not
think
either.
so.
So Rico, y'all look for Rico going live, and I will be in chat more than likely. And we will see you guys in the morning with Ben Ochart. So see ya.
Bye.
It's a live ever mosh pit. So watch it, don't knock it, drop and fry every day, ain't gon' stop it. People saying hey and whoa and take it slow, it's out of control, but they don't know I got a mother loving biome. Nature! So leave it alone, they're doing fine in a happy home. Making babies with their fathers and mothers and sisters and brothers is kinda gross, but you know that's the way it goes. Now I'm in the midst of a colony blitz. It all started with a batch of fry. The mama died, but the baby survived and grew up and thrived. Then the guppies kicked the breeding into overdrive. What was accidental and incremental blew up into an exponential and totally mental experimental hit. And the fish police threw a fit. I guess they just couldn't handle my live bearer mosh pit. Best not front on me about this company, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. You might think from this rhyme that I'm mucking up guppy lines. Ain't got no crooked spine or time to hear you whine. Talk the fish police. I'm making hybrids I desire to acquire and combine entire lines designed to inspire and surprise and advertise the rise of my monkey fighting live bearer empire. You looking all distraught, you think it's overstocked, but you got no shot to sway me, you're an afterthought. Yeah, I got guppies getting blitzed on duckweed. Had enough of these, well they don't stop and neither do we. You might call it a challenge, it's a foot per gallon. Your rationale is sound, but it's a little unfounded, 'cause I'm gonna be crowned as the best flippin' mud guppy breeder around on this earth. And my mutts, I assert, are gonna make you a convert to a chaotic tank that doesn't take much effort or the hand of an expert. Look, all I did was rap and 5 guppies just gave birth. Best not front on me about this company, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. You might think from this rhyme that I'm mucking up guppy lines. Ain't got no crooked spines or time to hear you whine, 'cause you best not front on me about this company, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. If you wanna do like I do, fertilize the plants with fish food. Don't fret about being overrun, just chill and have some fun. I got the new genetics for the color theoretics. A different aesthetic. It's cosmetic and frenetic. If you don't get it, I do. I got a vision, it's eidetic. In your derision, well, it's really quite pathetic. Now you see a bunch of platties, they're looking fatty. You think it's fatty, and the plants are overgrown, getting kinda ratty. It's alright, little laddie. Just look me in the eye and tell me who's your daddy. Best not front on me about this colony, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. You might think from this rhyme that I'm mucking up guppy lines. Ain't got no crooked spines or time to hear you whine, 'cause you best not front on me about this colony, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. If you wanna do like I do, fertilize the plant with fish food. Don't fret about being overrun, just chill and have some fun. Yeah. You think I give a fudge about some algae? What, you afraid of shiznit getting too natural up in this biznatch? Good sir, dispose of your TDS meter, for it measures organic and inorganic solids, and it's more beneficial to learn the chemistry of your water. Thank you very much. If you wanna do like I do, fertilize the plants with fish food. Don't fret about being overrun, just chill and have some fun.